I saw you smile in someone's arms. I said good for you, but blinked too hard. You held her close like I once stood. She touched your face like I once would. She made you laugh, I looked away. I knew that sound from better days. She sees the now, but not the past. She gets the ease I held too fast. But I knew him first, his quiet breaks, his morning thoughts, his smallest stakes. I knew the way he looks when wrong. I kept him soft when things went long. She calls him kind, and so he is, but she won't know the things he missed. He tells her half of who he was. I held the rest before it passed. She holds his hand, I held his fear. She holds his name, I held him near. But I knew him first, his late night doubts, his softer voice when lights went out. I knew the cracks beneath his smile. She sees the part I loved a while. I don't want what we had then, but I still know who he was when I knew him first, not best, not right, but held his storm before his light. She gets the calm, I got the fight. He's smiling now, but I knew that night. You told me you never called her again, but then she liked your picture at 10. I used to think that meant something. Now I just scroll and keep breathing. You were not the first to say those lines. I just heard them for the first time, and maybe that's why they felt like truth. But nothing new was ever you. Your friends call you good at goodbye. They laugh, you smile, and so did I. You said I changed you just a bit, but you've been like this since high school, since it. You were not the first to move this fast, to say forever and not make it last. And maybe that's why I fell so soon, but nothing new was ever you. I thought I'd be the end of your old ways, but you don't end, you pause, then press play. You were not the first to talk like this, to say you're different and mean the script. I wanted new, but now I knew I held us, you let it fall. I stayed up, you stayed out. I bit my tongue, you raised your doubt. I showed up, you said don't try. I made it right, you asked me why. You say I'm strong, but use my weight. I gave you more than you could take. All I gave you called too much, but kept it close when things got rough. I poured, you looked away. You left, but asked me to stay. You said you love, but only take. I forgave, you said that's fair. You lost things, but I was there. I let you speak while I went quiet. You liked me soft, then called it tired. I broke for you and said I'm fine. You took my yes and drew the line. All I gave you called too much, but used it all when things got tough. I asked, you turned to leave. I stayed with no reprieve. You said I'm rare, but didn't choose. You had my best and let it bruise. All I gave you called too deep, but kept the parts you gotta keep. I stayed when it hurt too loud. You left without turning around. I laughed tonight, but it felt like work. Someone asked if we still talk, I smirked. I said we're fine and then we're gone, but your name still echoes in my favorite songs. I try new people and keep things alive, but no one sees the things you might. No one else reads me like you. Even in silence, you somehow knew. They ask if I'm better, I say I guess, but the truth is you knew me best. I wear new colors and call them mine, but you laugh and say that's not your kind. They think I'm soft, but you saw steel. No one else feels that real. I've grown in ways you maybe miss, but some things still sound like us in this. No one else gets past the wall. You knew the cracks before they'd fall. They ask who hurt me, I just nod, 'cause you were love and also the loss. I don't regret how far we fell, just wish I didn't lose myself as well. I said I was fine to everyone but me. Left your things in a box and moved them twice a week. I checked her name more times than I'll admit. Told myself it's curiosity, but that's not what it is. I played it calm and cursed your street, laughed with friends, then cried through sleep. I wanted you to hurt the way you made me break. I wanted you to beg just once, just late, but wanting that just made it worse, and none of it reversed the first. You look so small in that photo she shared. I zoomed in to see if you looked like you cared. I said I'm past it out loud at least, but healing's not some clean release. I stopped the blame and sat with doubt. I stopped pretending to block it out. I wanted to be the one you'd regret not choosing. I wanted to win, but it kept me losing. And every time I look behind, I miss the part where I was fine. There's peace in not performing, in letting things just be. You walked away so easily, but I'm still here with me. I won't hold the ending like it's mine to fix. I won't write your reasons in my own script. I'll leave the ache where it began and walk away with both my hands. I keep driving past that street we said goodbye. Sometimes I park and just sit there a while. Your jacket's still in the backseat fold. I could throw it out, but I won't be that bold. The coffee's still bitter without your hand, but every sip still tastes like when. Do I stay where your voice still lingers, or start over with nothing but fingers crossed for better and scared of worse, stuck in the space between healing and hurt? The playlists skip like they know too well. Every lyric's now a little farewell. My friends say go, but they never stayed for the quiet parts when you looked my way. I packed once, but slept on the floor, 'cause empty rooms feel like war. Do I stay where the ghosts are kind, or start over with no map to find the version of me you never met, the one who leaves without regret? it does, I'll know the way, not back to you, but where I'll stay. Talk less now when you're around. Choose my words so you won't drown. I wear your silence like perfume, hoping you'll notice when I leave the room. I don't know when I got this small, but you hold me like I'm worth it all. I shrink for you just to stay close, hide who I am so you love me most. You break me down with gentle hands, and I say I'm fine so you understand. You said I'm strong but not too loud. You're too much when I'm too proud. I learned to bend before I break, but now I wonder what it takes to feel like me without your name, and love myself without your frame. 'Cause I shrink for you in every way, to be the kind of girl you'd stay. I miss myself but not enough when you're the only kind of love. I built a room inside your world and called it safe just to be your girl, but safe and small are not the same, and love like this can't keep its name. I shrink for you, but now I see the cost of love shouldn't be me. If I walk out and you stay still, I'll grow again, even if it kills. You'd love the drama if it wasn't mine. You said I'm not ready for the 8th time. We broke up on a Tuesday night, then kissed again before the lights. My friends all say I should've left, but what's a lesson if not a test? You'd love the drama if it wasn't me, the crying in cars, the late apology. I lost myself in every act, but played it well and took it back. He bought me flowers, then made me cry. Called it passion, I called it a lie. We danced like it meant something more, then argue about who closed the door. They say I'm reckless with how I love, but no one warns you when it's just enough. You love the drama from the outside in, but I live the plot beneath the skin. I forgave too fast, loved too loud, it chaos, I call it mine. Not every storm needs to align. You'd love the drama like it's a show, but I was the one who had to grow. So write your lines and say your part. I'll keep the truth and start from heart. You liked my jokes when they were sad. You knew my quiet meant I was mad. You said we'll talk and meant it then, but now it's text with no how's been. I still think to call you first and stop myself before it hurts. You don't ask about my days. I don't say what I can't phrase. We don't talk the same, you don't wait to hear. I still search your face, you just shift the gear. We don't sit and quiet like we used to do. You say, how are you? But don't stay through. You told me once we'll always care, but now I speak and you're not there. I laugh too fast, you're not too slow. We lost the part that used to know. You don't flinch when I go small. I don't write when nights feel tall. We don't talk the same. I reach you past, you still sound kind, but that won't last. We try so soft to stay in place, but time erased our shared space. You were the one who heard me wrong, but stayed to hear my quiet songs. We don't talk the same, but I still care. Just not enough to keep us there. You were my friend before the flame. Now we just not, but not the same. I told myself you were still here, but saying that won't make it clear. You stopped asking, I stayed loud. I called it space, you called it proud. I waited weeks, you stayed away. I said we're fine, to feel okay. You didn't lie, you just let go. And I knew it, but didn't show. I know now you were gone long before I said don't run. You moved slow but meant goodbye, and I stayed to ask you why. I know now, but then shrank myself to fit your sky. You gave silence, I called it kind. You drifted off, I closed my mind. You were cruel, but weren't there, and I kept loving the empty chair. I know now you were gone when I held on too long. You were done but stayed polite. I made a home from one good night. You never said it straight to me, but silence always finds a key. I know now, and that's enough. Not every break needs something tough. You were quiet, I was loud, and neither one said it out loud. You don't know me, but I know you breathe. Like I watched the world and forgot me. You pass by and I still freeze. I memorize your shape with ease. I built a life around your face. You keep on walking, I stay in place. You don't ask, but I still wait. You live aloud while I translate. I would give what's left of me if just one night you turn to see. I don't expect, but still I hope. I trace your voice like it's a rope, and I'd still fall, even if alone. You smiled once, not at me, but I kept it like a key. I learned your laugh like second skin. You never saw the mess I'm in. I fade in rooms you light with these. You fly past, I beg to freeze. I would give the best I've known just to hear you claim your own. I don't belong, but still I stay. You don't know me, but I won't stray. Maybe one day you'll turn slow, but if not, you'll never know. I would give what I can't name if just once you'd feel the same. You don't know me, but I still care. And love like this just hangs in air. We don't fight, but we don't try. You ask you good, I say I'm mine. You make the tea, I stir the room. You leave the light, but not the gloom. We talk in lines we don't believe. I pack my thoughts before you leave. We're not loud, but we're not close. You still stay, but no one knows. Where do we go now? If this is the end, we didn't break, we just don't bend. I hold your hand, you hold the door. We're still here, but less than before. You hum a song I used to like. I'm not alone, but miss the spike. We shared a bed, but not the weight. We lost the spark, then closed the gate. We eat in peace, but sleep alone. We talk of plans, but feel unknown. Where do we go now? If we don't feel, you stay the frame, I fake the real. We write the list but miss the start. We check the box but lose the heart. You ask what's wrong, I say just late. We love in form but not in fate. Where do we go now? If love stands still, we share the name but not the will. We made it far but not all through. Where do we go when I can't find you? You walked in like you own the air. I smiled like I wasn't scared. Your hand brushed mine like a casual game. But something in me forgot my name. I knew the cost was more than peace, but you look like the kind of heat I need. I burn for this if it means tonight. I'd risk the fall just to feel it right. You can leave with ash and dust, but for one more kiss I'd still trust. Your voice was fire in a quiet room. Leaned in closer like I wanted to. You said don't think, and I obeyed. Some storms are meant to stay. I won't ask for guarantees, just give me this before you leave. I'd burn for this if it means you stay, even if morning takes you away. You could ruin what's left of me, but I'd still say yes so easily. Some loves don't make it safe, but they make you feel in every place. I'd burn for this and never regret, even if all I get is dead. 'Cause I loved you like a dare I kissed, and some flames are worth the risk. We said forever, like we knew, but some things end before they do. I made the bed, you stayed late. I wrote the truth, you looked away. I wasn't wrong, and neither were you. We just outgrew what we held to. Some love fades, some stays loud. We lost eyes without a sound. I won't fight for what won't stay. I won't cry, but I won't say that this was wrong or not enough. We were real, but not in love. You didn't lie, you didn't beg. We stayed quiet, then lost our legs. We shared the light, but not the weight. We tried too late to recreate. Some things break without the sound. You looked fine, I stood my ground. I won't chase what walked away. I won't stay where love won't stay. I won't ask you to be tough. We gave our best, and that's enough. It ended slow, but left me free. You weren't mine, and now I see. I won't fight what time made fade. You won't hear the words I say. We were us, and that was true. This wasn't more, but it pulled me through. it feels so far, like talking to an empty car. You nod but don't reply. I laugh but don't know why. Your hand's in mine, but your mind is out. I tell myself not to ask out loud. Why do you feel closer when you're gone, and colder when you're right here on? I sleep next to you like we forgot how, and the space between won't shut down now. I watch your lips not moving much. You say I'm tired and I don't push. Your phone lights up more than your eyes. I try again, but nothing replies. You kiss me soft, but not like before. Like checking a box, not wanting more. Why do you feel closer when you're gone, and further still when the night drags on? I say I'm okay and let you believe, but I miss the way you used to breathe. I don't want perfect, I just want real. Someone who shows me they still feel. 'Cause you feel closer when you leave, and I pretend it doesn't grieve. But if you asked, are you alright, I'd say not tonight. You said this doesn't change anything, but somehow everything did. You held my hand like it meant something, but your eyes were already elsewhere. I told myself to wait, but time only made things clearer. You were soft, but not staying. You said, hey, been a while. With that smile I used to fall for, but it didn't cut this time, not like before. You asked if I still write songs about things that went all wrong, but I don't, not since you, and not for long. You looked around like the past could fit, but baby, I don't live in it. I'm not the same me who cried when you left, not the girl who clung to every breath. I've outgrown the need to be seen by someone who once chose to leave. I'm not the same me. You said you thought we had a spark, but love shouldn't leave so many marks. I smiled and said we had our part. I forgave you before you asked, not for you, but for my past. I'm not the same me you used to hold. I learned to bloom on my own. You were a chapter, not the whole. I closed that book and took back my soul. I'm not the same. You don't know me. I found your note, folded into nothing. No name, just the way you always ended things. I kept the coffee warm, even after you left. Some habits aren't for people, they're for memory. I didn't ask if you were sure. You didn't offer to explain. We had silence that sounded like we meant well, but didn't know how to stay. You barely said goodbye, just a look I still carry in my throat. And I let you leave, like maybe you'd turn around, but maybe you already had. The chair you used still leans back a little, like it remembers your weight. I water the plant you forgot to take, but it leans toward the window more than before. You didn't break me, but you left like someone who knew exactly how to disappear. You barely said goodbye, but it echoed in the quiet for weeks. And now the house is fine, but something in me still waits for the door. drive by like it's just another way home, but my hands tighten on the wheel every time. I count the houses without meaning to. You're not at the window, but I look anyway. I still parked by your street, even when I swore I'd move on. I still parked by your street, like maybe the air could carry your name. I don't stay long, but I still stay.
Your mailbox still leans a little left, and the porch light still flickers on windy nights. It's stupid how much I notice you were a habit I never meant to survive. I still parked by your street, pretend it's just traffic, pretend I don't know what I'm doing. I still parked by your street, even though I know you're not looking, but I still wish you were.
You said she makes you feel known. I smiled like I didn't write your name into poems you'll never read. You laughed like nothing changed, but you stood a little further back. I knew when you didn't say you look good like you used to, without thinking. They say love comes when it's meant to, but what if I was just late? If you knew me then, the way I knew you, maybe we wouldn't be this version of two. You moved on like it was simple math. Subtracting me was your cleanest path. I still remember your hands, not because they helped me, but because they almost did. I fell without telling you, and maybe you climbed out before you hit. You tell me she's kind, and maybe that's what I wasn't, but I could have been if you'd stayed long enough to see. If you knew me then, without the noise, without the fear, without the voice that always said not yet, you might have loved me You hold me close with gloves on, like love might stain. I say it's fine, you nod like that means we're okay. Repeat me softly, like a song you don't skip. If you stay quiet, I might believe you mean it. Velvet, silver glass and sin, you touch me, then pull in. I memorize how your silence feels warm then thin. There's things I write down but don't send. It's easier to pretend. Like if you hold me and don't undo me, you'd be the first who ever meant to. I don't say I miss you, but I hum a line you left behind. Repeat me softly, like a vow you never said. If you stay quiet, I might still stay. Anyway, gold, white, ash and red, I kissed you, then it spread. You don't ask if I'm alright, but if you stay and don't let go, I might be fine. I said I'd be careful. You said just feel. Now I'm knee deep in questions. You never tried to heal. I told myself to take it slow, but you were louder than my no. And now I don't know where I end and where your shadow begins. It felt like falling, but I never thought I'd hit the bottom. I'm too far in to pull back now. You said breathe, but taught me how to drown. It's not love if I can't sleep, but I keep showing up just to feel you leave. And I try to call it what it's not, but truth doesn't lie when your hands forgot. I'm too far in to not feel lost. I gave you soft, you turned it sharp. I wrote in color, you tore it apart. And you smiled like I I'm too far in to save myself. You said I care, then love someone else. It's not love if it breaks this deep, but I still lay down where you used to sleep. And I try to forget the cost, but I'm too far in to not feel lost. I don't miss you when we're apart, but I find myself saving space in my heart. You don't rush, you just show, and maybe that's what makes me slow. I'm not in love yet, but I'm not closed. I don't dream of you, but I don't feel alone. You're not everything, but you're something new, and that's more than I thought I could do. I still flinch at sudden touch, but I've let your laughter live in my hush. I won't say it, not just yet, but I don't run like I always did. I'm not in love yet, but I might be close. I don't know the future, but I'm letting go of the weight I carried of what love once meant. And with you, I feel content. I set the table for two, even when you weren't coming back. I said this is fine, like I was rehearsing for silence. I held the last message like a ticket for a train that never came. You didn't leave with words, just the sound of closing. I tried to stay when the light felt colder. I tried to stay when your hands lost their weight. I stayed when you didn't, and that was the hardest part.
I played our playlist, but skipped every song that said your name. I stood at the door, like maybe you'd knock just once more.
Loving you was like holding water.
The tighter I gripped,
The faster you slipped.
I tried to stay when it stopped feeling like home. didn't. I tried to stay when it stopped feeling like home. I tried to stay, but staying shouldn't mean alone. You didn't say go, but you didn't ask me to stay, so I didn't.
The silence stayed longer than I did, and still felt warmer than you. You asked how I was, and I said, fine. With a smile I stole from last year. There was a pause where I almost told the truth, but I've learned how to leave without doors. I almost said it, your name burned the back of my throat. I almost let it fall like I used to so easily, but now my silence is louder than my love ever was. I walk past your street without looking, but I still feel it in my knees, like memory grew bones and never left. I don't cry for you, but I still don't sleep. I almost said it in the cold air between your joke and my laugh. I almost said it when goodbye sounded too final, but I let the moment pass like I've learned to let you go. I don't check your page, but I know when you've been online. I don't ask about you, but I still know where you've been. I told myself I left because I needed to, and I did, but somehow I'm still there. You live like I never existed, and I still live like I do. I walk past places we never named, but felt like something we could have kept. I still wait like you might look back. I still breathe like your name means calm. I still sleep on my side like you're coming home at me quietly. I don't call, but I draft more than I send, and I never press delete. I keep the same ringtone
just in case you forgot how mine sounds. I'm not holding on, but I haven't let go the way I say I have. But I still wait, not for you, but for the part of me you took with you. I still write like you'll read, and sometimes I still believe it. I just wait. I still wait. I found them, a sweater you left on purpose but didn't take back. I replayed our last words like a scene that didn't fit the script. We both said it all but wanted everything, and that was the problem. You loved me like a habit, not a choice. It wasn't enough to feel it, not enough to mean it. If you only meant it in silence, it wasn't enough to hold me. If you didn't see me, I needed more than love. I needed you. You remembered my birthday, but forgot what hurt. You came home, but never really came back to us. I wanted to stay, but staying shouldn't feel like begging. It wasn't enough to want me if you didn't reach. It wasn't the lack of love, it was the lack of trying. And now I know that's why I won't go back. I used to think if I stayed long enough, you'd feel it. But love doesn't work like that. I held the weight of both our hearts, mine beating, yours wandering. I kept showing up in every silence, hoping you'd finally speak. I tried to love us into being, but you never met me there. I'm done holding it, the version you never gave.
was carrying us both. You never lied, but you never chose, and that felt louder than leaving. I stayed because the memory was kinder than the moment. I don't hate you, but I'm done giving more than I get. I'm done holding it, whatever it used to be. You didn't stay, and I can finally let go. I loved you longer than you'll ever know. No. I used to check the sky before texting you, like clouds could carry answers. I wasn't brave enough to ask. You made me believe in signs, so I looked for them everywhere. But lately, the sky is just the sky, and that's a kind of freedom. I don't wait for lighting to tell me you still care. I stopped checking the sky. No more constellations to explain your distance. No more full moons to justify my tears. It was never about fate. You just left. I walk now without looking up too much. It's safer to focus on where I'm going. You don't need to be a storm to leave damage. And then I stopped checking the sky, because sometimes you have to look down to heal. And the clouds are just clouds again. I don't wait for lighting to tell me you still care. I stopped checking the sky. No more constellations to explain your distance. No more full moons to justify my tears. It was never about fate. You just left. We didn't say goodbye just left the door half open. I stood where you used to sleep, hoping the silence would speak. I played our song, but it echoed like a room already empty. You left me in the quiet and called it peace. Where love doesn't leave without sound. I wanted the hurt if it meant you stayed honest. I wanted the fight if it meant you didn't vanish. You left in the quiet and I stayed loud. I still flinch when the wind carries footsteps. I still pause when the kettle sings, because you used to say you loved that sound. I write in my head what you could have said, and none of it feels worse than nothing. Love doesn't leave this still. I would have taken broken over blank, but you chose